Welcome to THG News Today. This is Mervin Hanley. It is Monday, November the 11th. We apologize for not presenting the news to you for a couple of days last week. No, it was not because Kamala lost the election. We had circumstances beyond our control here at THG Network, but it's good to be in your company this morning, Monday the 11th. Let me say to the fine folks on St. Martin, happy St. Martin Day, right? Today is your day. It's a holiday. So I'm hoping that you're enjoying your day or you will enjoy your holiday today. Now, the news, of course, powered by Carl & Sons Unique Bakery on the island of St. Martin, with 3 locations on that island, in Coal Bay, on the Ponfil, and at the St. Martin Medical Center. If this is your first time here with us, we say welcome, and don't forget to always remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you've been here before and you have not subscribed, this is your opportunity to do so at this time. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right to our news this morning. We begin with news out of Antigua and Barbuda. The late Antiguan Member of Parliament Asot Michael will be accorded an official funeral service, the Antiguan government confirmed. The Antigua and Barbuda's cabinet also approved a request from the Royal Police Force of Antigua and Barbuda to seek international assistance in investigating Michael's killing. London's Metropolitan Police, based at Scotland Yard, was the proposed entity. The government also intends to enlist a forensic pathologist from the United Kingdom. Michael, 54, was discovered in a pool of blood with a visible stab wound to the chest at his Dry Hill residence on November 5th. A suspect was arrested hours after the body was found. Antiguan police on November 8th said a 27-year-old man from Golden Grove was being questioned for Michael's murder. The man became a subject of interest after a rental vehicle, which had been at the parliamentarian's residence, was traced back to him. According to a report from ABS News, authorities are finalizing preparations to charge the 27-year-old man who reportedly confessed to killing Michael. ABS News said that the man had shown investigators key evidence forming the basis of the charge expected to be laid against him. Currently, it is not clear whether investigators have discovered a motive for the fatal stabbing of Michael. However, the investigation continues. The Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Honorable Gaston Brown, with whom Michael had public differences, said they reconnected earlier this year. Brown said he welcomed Michael as a friend and colleague. The Prime Minister reflected upon recent events that they attended together, including the opening of the new Barbuda International Airport, and also recalled Michael's visit to his office last week, where they discussed matters of national interest. Despite our differences, I regarded him as a brother. Therefore, I am especially saddened and disturbed by the tragic circumstances surrounding his passing. I pledge that our government will provide all necessary resources to the police to ensure a thorough investigation to bring those responsible to justice. Let's continue. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis has received significant interest from various parties regarding the acquisition and redevelopment of the historic Fort Thomas Hotel. This was highlighted by Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew. This initiative aims to breathe new life into one of the Federation's iconic structures, which has long been a part of its cultural and historical landscape, the Prime Minister explained. He continued, we recognize the potential of the Fort Thomas Hotel as a valuable asset for our tourism sector. We are committed to restoring this landmark and maximizing its contributions to our economy. The Fort Thomas Hotel, situated on a hill overlooking Bastille, offers a unique blend of historical significance and picturesque views, making it an attractive option for redevelopment in that market. Currently, the government led by Prime Minister Drew is engaged in discussions with interested buyers and exploring the feasibility of repurposing the hotel to enhance its appeal to both tourists and locals alike. The redevelopment of Fort Thomas is part of a broader strategy to revitalize the tourism sector, which is projected to grow by 8.2% in 2025, according to government estimates. This growth is expected to be fueled by increasing airlift capacity, new marketing initiatives, and a resurgence in international travel post-pandemic. Prime Minister the Honorable Terence Drew emphasized the importance of ensuring that any redevelopment plan aligns with the vision of St. Kitts and Nevis as a premier tourist destination. We aim to ensure that the Fort Thomas Hotel not only meets the demands of modern tourism, but also retains its historical significance, he added. The government seeks to balance the hotel's rich heritage with contemporary hospitality standards, creating a destination that appeals to a diverse array of visitors. The redevelopment of Fort Thomas is envisioned as a catalyst for economic growth, job creation, and community engagement. By revitalizing this historic site, the government aims to attract more visitors in the area, stimulate local businesses, and foster a sense of pride among residents. Further updates on the acquisition process and redevelopment plans will be provided as discussions progress, ensuring that the public remains informed about this pivotal project in the Federation's tourism landscape. In Grenada, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell has denied claims that his government is engaging in significant travel paid for by the Treasury. He insists that with the exception of organizations that Grenada has an obligation to, the travel expenses of all government ministers are paid for by the entity that sent the invitation. When people talk about travel, there is no significant travel, Prime Minister Mitchell said in an interview as he sought to justify that his travel, which on average is once per month, is not a burden to the state. The official gazette outlining the number of times the acting prime minister held office during Mitchell's absence from the state for the period of July 1st, 2022 to October 31st, 2024 were 36 times. Mitchell said that his administration's policy is that ministers will not travel except for international and regional bodies, which Grenada is part of, and there is an obligation to attend the meetings and conferences. He explained that the exceptions are institutions such as the United Nations or the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States or CARICOM. Our policy is if those who are inviting us to travel or to visit to attend an event are not prepared or willing to pay the funding for it, we don't travel, he said. Opposition parliamentarians have filed questions in the parliament seeking a breakdown of the government's travel. The answers are yet to be provided. That's the end of our news. But before I go, I have to share my thoughts with you as it relates to the US presidential elections. Now, many of us hoped for a Kamala win, but that did not happen. Donald Trump was elected the 47th president of the United States early Wednesday morning, an extraordinary comeback for a former president who refused to accept defeat 4 years ago, sparked a violent insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, was convicted of felony charges, and survived 2 assassination attempts. This victory validates Trump's bare-knuckles approach to politics. He had attacked Harris in deeply personal, often misogynistic and racist terms, as he pushed an apocalyptic picture of a country overrun by violent migrants. Now, the coarse rhetoric paired with an image of hypermasculinity resonated with angry voters, particularly men in a deeply polarized nation. But again, before a single vote was cast, American citizens knew who they were voting for. And I want President Trump to do well in office, because if he does well in office, then we who live in America, we will do well, and America will do well. But we know Donald Trump. He can't help himself. So I ask us to buckle up just in case of an emergency. Now, Kamala Harris, she ran a flawless campaign in the only 109 days she had to do so. Normally, campaigns in the United States runs for like 2 years or more. Hers was just 3 months because of President Biden's selfish attitude and approach to this by not dropping out sooner. Now, America knows Donald Trump, for good or bad. They do not know Kamala Harris, even though there were other factors at play. And as I look at the breakdown of those who voted for Vice President Harris and Trump, old white men voted for Trump. White women voted for Trump. Hispanics voted for Trump by a whopping 40%. So all that brouhaha, all that stuff about Puerto Rico is garbage. It did not resonate. Then we have the non-educated. According to the exit polling, they voted for Trump in high numbers. But folks, in all of this, all I've said, for those who are disappointed and may not even want to see and talk about politics now that your team did not win, but you can't give up this fight. It was Kamala Harris in her concession speech. She said, keep fighting for what you believe in. Keep fighting and never allow anyone to silence you. With that, we've just concluded THG News Today for Monday, 11th November. My name is Mervin Hanley. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning, God's willing, at 6 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time for a similar presentation. Have yourselves a blessed day. Sons have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years, and the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Sons for simply the best. There are 2 locations, Colbay and on the Pondville. In Colbay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Pondville, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Colbay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you. Nevis, satisfy your sweet tooth at Feaser's, the coziest spot in Charlestown, known for its mouth-watering ice cream and dal parade. We are open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in and sample our patties, sandwiches, air-fried wings with fries, hot dogs, rotis, and now our famous smoothies, in all flavors of course. And don't forget to try the famous bus-up shut and saltfish. It's Feaser's, located at the entrance to the Cotton Ginnery Mall in Charlestown, Nevis. They're also available by phone, so place your order by calling 1-869-665-2458. Don't ask about the rest, just try the best.